Morning, Bizzers. So I wanted to show you the view from over here because it occurred to me that when I get out of my car, I never show you guys the view from that angle. And I especially liked it with those lights on that house. I just think the lights are super pretty. So anyways, good morning. I hope that you're having an excellent Friday. It's almost the weekend. Woohoo! Today I want to talk about intention and changing your intentions. So one thing that I have noticed, I thought I left my keys in my car. That would have been so terrible, but they're in my pocket. Okay, sorry. One thing that I've noticed is that you do things, not you, but like people in general, do things based upon what their intention is when they start them. So I'm going to give you an example, as I always do. Does this camera look dirty? I think this camera's dirty. What do I have that I can wipe the camera off with? Let's find out. Oh yeah, so much better. Okay, sorry about that. I'm gonna give you an example. I have been talking the last couple days about my $50 Friday. It's coming out today because it's Friday. Woohoo! So be sure to check your email. I haven't put any social media out yet, but should have gotten an email. And when I made that decision that I was gonna do this every single week, I knew that I didn't want to have to do it myself and that I was gonna hand it off to my VAs. And so when I made the emails, when I made the landing page, when I made each piece of that funnel to make it work, I did so knowing that someone else was going to have to come in and change this every single week. And that I was going to have to make some way for them to get the information they needed to put into those places. So when I went to start doing it, I made a spreadsheet and I started putting the information they needed in the spreadsheet that could be easily plopped into the different places on the email, the social media, the landing page, all of those things. Now, how much longer did it take me to do that? Probably not that much longer because I just knew from the beginning that that's what I wanted to do. My intention was to set it up so that someone else could do it for me. Okay? My intention, because of that intention, I set everything up so that it would work really easily. And I'm going to do a video as soon as I get home of exactly how to change everything out into step-by-step instructions. So all of that is going to be done at the same time that I'm thinking about it and creating the system. On the other hand, if I was just like, I'm going to do this, and I just sat down and did everything myself without thinking about the fact that I was going to want to hand it off to someone else out in the future, guess what? When I was ready to hand it off to someone else, I would have to go back, rethink my entire setup, try to remember how everything was connected. I would have to investigate it before I could even start to tell someone else what to do. So, because I knew from the beginning that my intention was that I'm not going to be doing this forever, that I want someone else to be doing it, I was able to save myself time. Yes, it took a few more minutes now, but in the long run, I'm not going to spend hours later trying to get it set up. And so I want to talk to you guys a little bit about your intention, because I think a lot of us, I just tell when I did recording because I have mascara under my eyes, so I don't put on makeup unless I'm recording. A lot of us just push by on the seat of our pants. We know we need to do a project and we just get it done as quickly as possible. We don't put any forethought into how this might be used in the future, who else might be using it. It's just, I've got to get it done as quickly as possible. Got to get it done as quickly as possible. And so it ends up taking you more time in the long run. You make it work for today and don't worry about tomorrow. And for a lot of people, that's why it's so hard for them to ask for help when they need it. Because you can't explain what you've done. And therefore you can't have someone else help you with it. But if when you make something, a new system, a new marketing campaign, whatever it is, you know that there's a possibility that you may hand this off to someone else or you may need to ask someone else for help, like me for instance, and you go ahead and write everything out or record it on video or take the steps necessary so that it's easy for you to know what you did, it'll make it a lot easier for you in the long run. So I can't tell you how many times Bizzers reach out to me and they're like, Elise, I need help with my email. And I'm like, okay, And I'm like, well, how do you have it set up? And they don't know. And in order for me to help them, I end up having to spend hours of time just investigating what's already there. And so something that could have taken me 5 minutes and they could have paid me like basically no money for is going to take me hours and hours to do. I see this with websites, I see this with email, I see this with all sorts of things. So today I want you to imagine that there is a future where you will be able to have people helping you with your business if you don't already have them helping you. And every single thing you do, I want you to do it with that in mind. So if you're just joining me live, nice to have you. Go ahead and comment #live. If you're watching the replay, comment #replay. We are talking about how your intention when you start a project for your business determines how you set it up, and how that is going to determine how much time you have to spend on it later. I wanted to go into more of scales today, but I was working on this project and I really thought it was important to talk about intention. Because, like I told you guys yesterday, my intention this year is to push you kicking and screaming into the next level of your business, whatever that looks like for you. For me, it's doubling my revenue. For you, maybe it's reaching more people. Maybe it's making a certain number of sales, whatever the case may be for you. But I'm going to push you kicking and screaming into that. And one of the reasons we're doing $50 Fridays, yes, it will hopefully get me more revenue, but more than that, it's going to encourage you every single week to take some type of action. Every single week you will get that email, you will see those social media posts about what I'm offering for $50 Friday. It's also meant to get you access to things that may be too expensive for you right now. So I know some of you really want to participate in some of the offerings that I have. You simply can't afford it. So, pushing and screaming, or kicking and screaming if I have to, I'm going to push you there. Because at the end of 2023, all of us, every single one of us who decides now that we are going to do it is going to have a huge success story. And I can't wait to hear yours. So, that's all I have for you guys today. I do want to remind you that my free webinar is coming up on the 18th. Of January. If you're watching this later, it goes every single month on the 3rd Wednesday. So you can watch it on the 3rd Wednesday of the month, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. It is live, so I will be there live where I can answer your questions. It is all about the 2 types of content you need to be using. Disposable content, so that you can stay relevant, and strategic content, so that you can prove that you're an expert in your industry. And I will be going over that on the 18th of January or the 3rd week of the month, depending upon when you're listening. And you can just go to myschedulediz.com/YouTube. I hope you guys have an excellent Friday. Enjoy your weekend, and hopefully I will see you again on Monday. Bye.